Okay, I don't know how to do a thing like this, but screw it, I'm just gonna feel like what feels natural. Hello there, my name is Mark Danger. I'm a big wrestling fan. I also like basketball, and tonight, because it's 10:13 when I'm recording this, I decided to wanted to talk to you guys about wrestling and basketball. So strap in, here comes the ride. First off, just wanted to bring up the preseason in the realm of basketball. It's been really fun. I just got done watching the Pelicans Bulls game. Yeah, I am late to watching that game. Still really fun. Zion shot a perimeter shot and never marked out harder in my life before. Bulls kind of disappointing performance, you know. I feel like the Bulls should have won that game, but you know, it's the preseason. These games really don't count. Really don't. They really don't count. Saw the Lakers Warriors game. That was amazing. Feel like I saw this on Twitter. LeBron having a post-traumatic stress disorder playing against the Warriors, because you know, nothing like being destroyed by one of the better NBA teams in the modern era. You know, just getting murdered. Just nothing wrong with, you know, losing to a team like that in the finals. Anyway, you know, I also saw the Rockets Raptors preseason game. That was really fun. Noticed that there was one game before that where they had Harden out on the floor, but no Westbrook. I feel like that's what, if I were running the Rockets, that's what I would do. I would like, all right, I'm going to start the game with Harden, you know, because he's been in the Rockets system longer. Not saying that he's a better playmaker than Russell Westbrook, but when it comes to Houston Rockets, he's the Houston Rockets better playmaker, if that makes sense. You know, Russell has never played for the Rockets, so he wouldn't really know how to get a pass out there. Not saying he's a bad passer. He hasn't passed the ball to anybody playing for the Rockets other than James Harden on their days with the Thunder. I think / hope so. You know, really interesting game. Also been watching a lot of highlight videos. Feel like everybody's, you know, like Stephen A. Smith says, everybody's getting into shape. Coaches want to run lineups, see what works, what they're going to start out with. Guess I could talk about who I'm going to be watching this season. You know, definitely the contenders, but also I'm going to be paying attention to the Dallas Mavericks. You know, Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis. But you would think if I'm watching Dallas Mavericks games, it would be for those two guys. No, I'm actually going to see the development of Tim Hardaway Jr. Can he turn into 2013 J.R. Smith? I don't know. You know, I would say so. I feel like he can be that guy, the year caliber player. I also feel like he can be their second best shot creator. You know, I guess it depends on how well Tim Hardaway is going to take it off the dribble this season. Also, you know, Kristaps Porzingis, is he going to be the unicorn player that he once was, like he was in New York? Is he going to fall back? Also, is he going to be playing the 4 or the 5? I mean, it was an ACL tear, so maybe his lateral quickness has gone down. He added strength, so maybe by adding strength, he lose speed. Maybe a thing like that would most likely move a player like him to the 5. And if so, that's kind of going to be a little bit of a problem, because Kristaps has never been that good of a rebounder. I mean, he's 7'3", he can get boards. He has the potential to get boards. But he's never really been that good of a rebounder. or, paint defender. I mean, he's definitely stepped up as he's gone along in his career, but he isn't like Rudy Gobert or, that level of shot blocking or interior defense. Yeah. Now with Luka Doncic, just how he's going to be as a team defender is, because see, last year he could read the passing lanes, he can get a hand in there. He has the size to be a good defender, but for Luka, I just want to see how he's going to develop on his steals. Specifically, like, a pass is being thrown, he gets in front of it, intercepts it, those type of steals. Is he going to get better at that, worse at that? Also, his ball handling, see if he can tighten it up a little bit. And also that step back, is he going to add range? Is he going to, turn into European James Harden? Popping step backs 19,000 times a game? Is that going to be a thing with Luka? Also, back on the defensive end, other than steals, is he going to tighten up on his man defense? Is he going to be able to stay in front of slashers, cutters, players trying to get to the rim? Also, what position he's going to play? Because he's built like a wing player, but he has the handle and the shot creating and the shooting of a guard, so that would be interesting. Wonder if the Dallas Mavericks are going to move Luka to point guard. That would be a really interesting experience, moving Luka to the one position. Also, of course, Tim Hardaway Jr. I already dug deep on him. Feel like he could be their best second best shot creator behind Luka. Also, want to see how many touches he gets. With an all-star player in Kristaps, what is he gonna do? Can he play? Can he also can he play off ball? Does he have any level of off-ball play? Because as the GOAT Rusty Bucket says, apparently in order to win a championship or to be any somewhat successful in the NBA, you have to work well off of the ball. So I wonder if he can transform himself into that type of player, Tim Hardaway Jr. Also, you have a guy like Delon Wright. Is he going to step up defensively and, get more assists in the Dallas Maverick system? Also, Rick Carlisle, what's his mentality? What's he want to do this year? Is it like, all right, guys, we're gonna contend. We're gonna take it to the Clippers. We're gonna take it to the Lakers. We're gonna take it to the Jazz, the Rockets, or is he gonna try to step back, develop Luka? If I were him, I'd try, definitely try. Every team needs to try to contend in the NBA. Another team that I'll be watching this season is the Detroit Pistons. See how the bad boy in Derrick Rose is going to do here. Is he going to keep up with the shooting that he had last season? Also, is he going to drop another 50-point game on the Jazz this season? How's Blake's playmaking going to develop? Is he going to have more assists, less? Hopefully in a perfect world, he's healthy, 1. But 2, he could get to, perfect world 3, maybe 4 assists. Maybe if he goes off and tries to make the All-NBA team, a good 5 or 6 assists. Also, Andre Drummond, is he gonna, Derrick Rose misses a shot, he just comes up and just bams it back into the basket with those offensive rebounds. Luke Kennard, is he going to turn in Derrick Rose terms, not mine? Is he going to turn into Kyle Korver, where he's like a guy like Drummond or Blake can set a screen for him and he can just shoot it off the screen? Is he going to be that good of an off-ball type of shooter? Also, is he going to be able to take it off the dribble? hopefully he can take it off the dribble this season. You also have guys like Sekou Demboya, their young player. I've heard, I don't know who it was or where it came from, but I heard that he's been compared to Giannis. So hopefully he puts people on posters this season. Cutting, exploding to the basket. Using the athleticism he has to really destroy the rim this season. Also, weirdly enough, are they going to play Langston Galloway? See if he's going to touch the court this season. Every player deserves the right to touch the court. I think one of the final teams I'm going to be watching this season, other than the contenders, are the Sacramento Kings. Is De'Aaron Fox going to keep up with that just flashy, exploding rim running that he did last season? We're just really getting to the rim. Is Buddy Hield going to turn to Kobe Bryant? Shout out to Buddy Hield and the number 24. Is he just going to be that the gamer, the baller, the shot caller? Sorry about that. Turn into that type of player where it doesn't matter what type of shot it is, Buddy Hield is going to shoot the shot. Also, Marvin Bagley, is he going to step up as a defender and a pick and popper? That type of guy. Is he, also, how is he doing, lateral quickness? Really trying to, absorb players into his traps and, splatting the ball on the backboard. Is he going to turn into that type of player? Also, Trevor Ariza. Is he going to step up as a ball handler? Because, when Trevor Ariza was with the, Rockets, he could take it off the dribble. Of course, I'm not even going to talk about his defense. He's an amazing defender. Really good one. One of my favorites. One of my favorite defenders in the NBA. Well, not one of my favorites. I'll put him, top 5 to me. Non-superstar defenders. Is he going to develop any continue his ball handling journey? Is he going to cut? Is he going to tighten up on the jump shot? That type of thing. And then you have I feel like the big oof for the Kings, their forward ordeal, because you got Harrison, Bielitsa. So sorry if I mispronounce that. Bagley. I mean, you could move Bagley to center and have Dwayne Dedmon come off the bench, but it's still a thing to worry about with the Kings. Also, how is a guy like Bogdanovich? How's he gonna fit in? Going back to the Pistons. I guess I should cover the flaws with the Pistons. Is they don't have that guy at any of the guard positions. Saw that Hoopcast video where Rusty Buckets was talking about trading Andre Drummond to the Warriors for D'Angelo Russell. Maybe they do that. Maybe they don't. They get a star point guard, for the Pistons. Also, I feel like Reggie Jackson and Derrick Rose, I don't think that's gonna be a good fit. I feel like one of them has to have a jump as a shooter, and I feel like it's gonna have to be the bad boy, Derrick Rose. So yeah, that's gonna be that's a thing. Also, going back to the Mavericks, I feel like them, it's probably most likely gonna be somewhat defense in shot creation. They have good shot creators, but are those buckets gonna go in? That's the question for them. So yeah, those are the 3 teams that I'm mostly going to be watching this season. I'm going to be watching, the contenders, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Rockets, the Jazz, On a minor note, LB, you should move LBJ to point guard and just straight up and have a guy like Bradley or Green take care of the actual guard while he takes care of the wing. Uh, that type of ordeal with the Clippers. Paul George is going to be out to November. Is Kawhi going to play limited amount of time? That type of ordeal. With the Rockets, is it a fusion or an explosion? How is Russ and Harden going to work? With the Jazz, you know what? I'm one of those guys. Is Donovan Mitchell going to become the dark horse MVP like everybody else saying he's going to be, or is he going to turn into, essentially Andrew Wiggins? It's all on him. Now, heading into the more wrestling side of things. Haven't watched the draft yet. Yeah, even though it's 10:29 now. Still don't know why I haven't watched it, but I did watch the episodes of Raw and SmackDown before that, and I just have to say that was the most confusing week of wrestling I've ever seen in my life. First off, you have Rusev in the whole thing with Rusev and Lana's with Bobby Lashley. I've never been more confused in my life. First off, Lana taking Rusev's money, that's messed up, quite honestly. And also, why Bobby Lashley? Still a little confusing. Very entertaining. Also, it's been all over the place, because a week before that, you had the whole thing with Lana and Bobby Lashley, the Fiend attacking Seth. Then you go to SmackDown, and my goodness, Kofi. My goodness. I feel sorry for the guy. Literally just runs at Brock, gets F5, and it's over. Then Cain Velasquez comes out with Rey Mysterio. Oh no, did anybody else notice that Rey Mysterio's in the cast? Alrighty then. So apparently it's been announced, hopefully, that it's going to be Cain Velasquez and Brock at Crown Jewel. I noticed that, like, the moment... notice how, like, the moment SmackDown went to Fox, celebrities just came through. You have, like, Cain Velasquez, Tyson Fury, and Braun going at it. So it's really cool. Really like it. Dig it. Of course, you have the Wednesday Night War between NXT and AEW. And I'm saying this now, I am on no side. I'm not Team NXT. I'm not Team AEW. I watch both of them equally. On that note, Jake Hager, welcome to AEW. Jack Swagger, welcome to AEW. That new faction Chris Jericho has, the Inner Circle. Can we talk about his new finishing move, the Judas Effect? That spinning elbow puts Austin Aries to shame. Austin Aries, you have a corkscrew forearm? Nope. Judas Effect. Also, that match between Cody and Guevara was really good. Sammy Guevara. Jake Hager's debut was hilarious because he didn't come in the way I thought he would. I thought, like, if a guy like Jake Hager came through, he shouldn't be in a collared shirt and jeans. He should be in more of like a street heavy attire, unless that's how, a guy like Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, dresses when he roams the streets of the wrestling world. And if you do, very classy guy, keep up with the swagger. Also, the Full Gear is in everybody's sights. You have like the AEW title match between Cody and Chris. That match should be amazing. This whole beef between Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley, which is really, really starting to remind me of the feud between Guile and M. Bison from the Street Fighter movie. But that's just me, or am I looking too much into this? No, if I'm looking too much into something wrestling, it's most likely the whole stuff with The Fiend. Speaking, that ending in Hell in a Cell, Why? Why? I just want to know why. What was the deal with that, with all that freaking I've never been so confused watching wrestling ever. You know. Now it's time for the topic of today's episode. So today's episode is in honor of, WWE 2K20 with the big collector's edition being about SmackDown. And, SmackDown moving to Fox and all these SmackDown things. I feel like I'll talk about one of my fondest memories of the Blue Brand. Remember, I'm gonna take you back into the life of Mark Danger. I was 5 years old on this, and I remember first memory of ever watching SmackDown was back when he was on UPN, and it was this tag team match between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Excuse me, going up against Eminem. That was my first SmackDown memory, and I just remember being hooked ever since then. Yeah, I've been a fan of wrestling since Drowning Pool. When Rise Up was the theme song to SmackDown. My co-host, who unfortunately couldn't make it here today, he's been a fan since The Beautiful People. That was really, really interesting. He's been a fan since then. I'm a big Shawn fan. He's a big, which is weird because if I'm a Shawn Michaels fan, I should be a Raw guy, but I'm not. SmackDown through and through. I bleed blue, white, silver, and gray. He does too. He's more of the Undertaker fan, so yeah, that's gonna be a multi-part debate. So as these episodes go along, just expect a lot of episodes, just us debating who's better, Shawn or Taker. But back to the SmackDown memories. That was the first one I remember. Obviously, you have all the stuff with MVP's debut really caught my eye. All the stuff with The Undertaker, his feud with Batista. I remember being a young lad and watching that develop, especially because I had access to watch WrestleMania 23. Also the whole thing with the rise of the Rated R Superstar Edge. But I feel like my most fondest memory with all that is obviously the cash-in. Big steel cage match between Batista and The Undertaker. Mark Henry comes out, attacks The Undertaker. Match ended in a draw. Edge cashes in for the second time, making him... I think that really was what... Other than the first cash-in, this was, I feel like in my eyes, was what really, truly epitomized him as the ultimate opportunist. Because what better way to take advantage of opportunity than that? That evolved into the whole feud with The Undertaker. That was really fun. Also, another SmackDown memory I've had is I think my co-host Tim Diamond will agree with me on this one. Is the whole thing with The Undertaker, his vegetative state. Kane going on a rampage, finding out who did it. Rey Mysterio was like, "It was you, Kane. It was you, Kane." It turns out it was actually Kane. That feud, I feel like, was really good. Really liked that feud between Kane and The Undertaker in 2010. Bleeding a little bit into 2011. The Buried Alive match was amazing. Hell in a Cell was really good, especially that ending. I loved it to death. That's one of my more fond SmackDown memories. Also, I'm more of a mid-card guy, so a guy was like Drew McIntyre when he was running rampant, MVP, Chris Benoit, Orlando Jordan, JBL, Eddie Guerrero, those guys really, especially Eddie, rest in peace. He was special to me. He was actually the first wrestler I liked before I got into Shawn Michaels, but I'll talk about that in a later episode. Eddie, his feuds with Rey, the WrestleMania 21 match between the two, Rey Mysterio being world champion, and they literally cutting his testes off. Also with Randy Orton and his whole Legend Killer feud. That feud You know, his feud with The Undertaker was just top tier, grade A writing right there. You know, getting his dad involved, the 2-on-1 casket match, that was just pure gold. You know, feel like there's a lot of matches. You know, TLC 4, but that was before my time. You know, that was really, I found that to be hecka entertaining. You know, CM Punk's little feud with Ray, his feud with The Undertaker, his whole thing with the Straight Edge Society, where he turned into Marilyn Manson. Sorry, wrong Manson. Tim Diamond's gonna kill me for that one. When he did the Straight Edge Society and he sang Happy Birthday to Ray's daughter, I found that really entertaining. Also, Kurt Angle winning the world title, that was really fun. The WrestleMania 22, him, Orton, Ray, that was pure gold. You know, just stuff like that. Also, I feel like one of the better SmackDown feuds, in my opinion, was definitely every feud The Undertaker had, whether it was Mr. Kennedy, or whether it was Randy Orton, Kane, hell, even that little thing he had with Shelton Benjamin. I found it really entertaining. It's weird, I'm a Shawn fan, but most of the stuff I like on SmackDown has nothing to do with Shawn, it has everything to do with The Undertaker. Well, you know, don't look into that yet. What else is there? I feel like, yeah, any feud The Undertaker won, those were the best feuds. I feel like my most fondest SmackDown match was definitely the Battle Royal where Kurt Angle won the world title. The Best in Sarah series was also on that show, on that episode of SmackDown too. Recently rewatched it on the network recently. Feel like and don't take this the wrong way, but Michael Cole and Taz on commentary was legend. Wait for it. It was legendary. Loved it. Loved them together. It's like, it was only second behind Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler. That's just my opinion. But yeah, those were some of the more fonder SmackDown memories. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode of the Dangerous Diamond Podcast. Hopefully next time my co-host will be here, where we will talk about you know, for me, the beginning of the NBA season. Also Survivor Series and Crown Jewel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out the link down below. And as always, let's get ready to rumble. Sorry, I'm gonna cut it here.